Oh shit! All right. Better late than never. Better late than
That's right.
never.
That's right.
Win the game. Boy, listen. Big up Commander GEN.YAHANNA for prophesying this game.
Damn right. Damn right.
You know this person man Israel removing the doubt tonight. We're gonna be rocking it out. We have listen, Kwame Ahsh ready to get
Kwame. He started off right, sir. He started off right.
Oh, man. We having a drink tonight, boy. This is gonna be the brother. This is going to be the Brotherhood Black Watch. This is going to be the Brotherhood Midweek Black Watch celebration of Olympus hitting the damn dirt. Yeah, I mean, because I'm holding down for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the hardest working man in Israel. You know what I mean? Letting us rock and roll tonight. We're gonna try to give it to you. Just how he would. Just pure and unfiltered. And you're going to be mad at the end of the show, but you're still going to love it and like us. You know what I mean? We have big Tazaryach on the inside, live, reporting live from New York.
That's right. Listen, man, I saw this, man. The first thing I wanted to do was just send a post out so black people could not get involved. Like, just get some popcorn and just sit back and just watch the fireworks. I was in the middle of watching Power, and I don't normally watch that. My rib was like, watch it. So I'm watching that, and I get an alert. They stormed the White House. That's all I seen. See it, and they stormed the White. And when I clicked the link, I just saw thousands of white people on the White House lawn. And what I didn't see, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about tonight, I didn't see no law enforcement. I ain't seen
you watching Power. The Lord showed you the real power. Not there. I'm Captain Kahan reporting live from this.
No time to pray. I'm almost drunk. Captain. I don't want the general to see me like this. Salakia, I'm almost there.
So wait, we know now for sure. If we miss you, we know what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. We know it now.
Listen, we are Captain Ahsh. Captain Ahsh here, leading a little bit.
I'm ready to cup up too. I saw a live action version of Braveheart. You know that last scene?
Right.
That last scene where they open his charge. I was like, there you go, Esau. And I'm glad that the whole planet saw what was going on. I'm glad. So that way we can see how their own contemporaries be acting in their natural state.
Right.
Exactly what they are.
That's right.
That's real talk right there.
All of a sudden, Kamaya rocking with me also. Yeah, I mean, big up.
All right. What's up, Kamaya? What's going on?
I had to get some of this shit here too, man. Blood. Boy. Listen, I have Officer Kazak and Trooper Arawadi on the ones and twos. We are a whole crew in here. We ain't lacking tonight.
That's right.
We ain't lacking tonight. We ain't lacking at all. You know what I mean?
No lacking. That's right.
So what's going on? We're reporting live from hell.
Oh man, hey, listen, hey, Captain Mashak, Captain Tazaryach, all the brothers on here, man. I'm happy to be on here. I just want to give a big shout out to you, Captain Mashak, and all the brothers out there in DC.
Right.
General Sharma, General Q, General Batham, all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, have been, Captain Ahsh, all the brothers out there, Yeah, Naya thought all the brothers have been warned for years in DC. Years. And it gave me so much pleasure to see the Metro bike police get their ass pushed out the way down there. Because I remember, Captain Shock, you know this. You know we got a personal vendetta with them. We got a personal vendetta. You know what I'm saying? Because Muriel, Big T 1000, and the Metro bike police. I remember when they said we were disturbing the peace, Captain Shock.
Yep.
I remember when they said we were an eyesore to all the tourists that come down to Washington, D.C.
Yep.
But we were the trailblazers under Commander GEN.YAHANNA who warned them that this day was going to come.
That's right.
You understand? And that's why the Bible said a word spoken in due season, man. We was speaking this word, man. And to see that happen today, I mean, I couldn't wait to get a drink. I couldn't wait. I'm almost gone. I couldn't wait because it was a straight up revelation. What we've been saying all this time, man. And now listen, the diplomats right now on the phone with foreign dignitaries right now, trying to ensure them that everything is okay.
Right.
That the stocks and those offshore accounts that they have with the U.S. is still intact.
And everything is not okay. I guarantee you right now, everybody butt cheeks clenching across the world.
Hell yeah.
Listen, because they know for a fact that, brother, our oppressor, all he needs to see is that one oppressor did it and lived.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is going, the Kremlin will fall.
That's like the floodgates coming.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's definitely like the floodgates coming.
It's going to be an amazing thing. It's absolutely going to be an amazing, a hell of a thing, boy.
That's right, Captain.
Yeah, I think when you think about it, hold on, somebody trying to call me. When you think about it, like the lesson that we learned from all of this is like, if you think about what they were saying with all them black men rioting on the streets because of them being oppressed consistently, and they was called terrorists. They was called vagabonds. Trump had the most disrespectful things to say about them. Right. But when it was his people, when it was their people, they was treated, to be honest, they was treated very kind.
Exactly.
Very kind.
Listen, I was just, as you said, I'm just about to pull it up here. Just so as you're talking, you can really see what it is going on, brother.
I saw this video too.
Oh my gosh! Like this brother here, I knew at this point. I think at this moment, he knew he effed up.
Right, he knew he effed up. It was at this moment that he knew he effed up.
Oh my Lord!
And that's so sad. Like, and he's the one standing there to defend America,
to defend the whole oppressor.
He's by himself. Like, for them to even get that far, they had to know that their building was under siege. He shouldn't have been by himself. That brother's left by himself to defend the nation. That if he gets killed, they'll find a way to blame it on him. It'll be his fault.
And if he kills one of them, he was a rogue cop acting by himself. You understand?
Right. And he knows it because he ain't pull out his gun. He pulled out a stick.
Listen, you're absolutely right, because I'm gonna pull the tape up a couple of years ago. Where they killed his sister right at the gates at the Capitol. I remember. I forgot the sister's name. She was mentally unstable. She was from somewhere, Boston or somewhere. And she drove down there with her kid in the back and rammed the gates of the Capitol. And brother, they lit her ass up and they killed her with the kid in the back.
That's right.
With no regard.
No excuse.
But
if I could, at this point in the video, towards the end, you can hear the white man, one of the white domestic terrorists, say to the black officer, "This is our America."
Hold on.
Hear him
say, yeah, please, if you could play that, because that speaks volumes.
He said, "They're here. They're here."
This sound like, is that Paul? He sound like Paul Revere. They're here. They're here.
They're here.
You're gonna hear when he get to the top. They're gonna the one on the corner is gonna say, "This is our America."
He said, "Back up, brother."
All right, here it is, right here. Here it is. When the other one come in the corner.
Damn right.
You heard it?
Yep.
He said, "This is our America."
He said, "This is our." Okay, and listen up. Only when the white boys show up does the brother feel safe. That's the you know where our place is in this kingdom. Like I want it bad. Whatever happened to the blue wall and the blue brotherhood and
that's right.
Only when the white boys show up, we feel okay. He could stand up to them because really, spiritually, we know who the oppressor is. We know who the animal is. We know who our enemy is, man. We know it.
That's right. If I could, Captain, tonight, everybody on many different social media platforms, the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian are talking about this right now. I mean, it's breaking the internet right now. And everyone knows. I mean, the conversation, this is how you know we God's chosen people. The conversation is not on any of these fabricated minority groups dealing with gender or sexual preference. The conversation tonight is in compare and contrast about race. How Black people, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people are treated and how white people are treated. That is the conversation right now in America and across the globe. This is how you know that we are in the last days, and we are what I.S.U.P.K has been saying and prophesying is spot on.
Right. That's right.
Damn, they got to put some respect on it. Like what we doing to hold this truth down, to tell the truth, we're treated so invaluable. Maybe they'll recognize the value of what we've been saying since '69. What we've been saying since '69 is showing itself today with what Kahan just said. What Kahan just said about being Black against white, because that's the only comparison they making. Look at what happened when the Black people did it. Look at what happened when the white people did it. And the white people is showing you how to be a real terrorist, a real riot, a real protest. He's showing you how you really do it, because again, this ain't happened since the 1800s. What y'all seeing today in DC has not happened since, and that's a foreign land. Like the British came over from Britain. It wasn't even no local, even when you had the Civil War, nobody raided nowhere. But here it is from this to what happened today is happened locally. That's never, Black people ain't never been that crazy to think that they're gonna flood the White House. All they're gonna do, they probably gonna invade a couple Nike stores, a couple outlets or something like that. They might have a plan. I wear size 13, get some sneakers or something like that. The white man say, and the other part, and Commander GEN.YAHANNA said this, the white man is doing this in fear of us ruling.
That's the thing. That's what motivated them. That's the That's the string Trump is pulling. That's the string that Trump is able to pull, and how he was able to rile them up is to say, you are going to remember, I'm going to make this country great again. Right. If you put Biden in office, he's going to give it to the Black and Hispanic man. Right. He's going to give it to somebody else, and you're going to lose your country. And at the threat of losing the country, they'll invade the White House. Right. Did y'all see that picture where they was at the door and the guards was inside? I guess what is that, the rotunda? No, not the barricaded. They was barricaded, but they got the guns at the door. Right. That is unheard. If those was Black, they would have shot them. You right? Listen, expeditiously. With nobody would have gave a blink of an eye. You would not have batted an eye, brother. Not at all.
If I could, captains, I ain't gonna say a theory, but I have a thought about that. That whole situation with them. There's some traitors in that house. And if you see them, point them out. Treason is the reason for the season. So whatever Republican or GOP who was texting, they was telling them, we down the hall, we in the tunnel, make a left. No, make a right. Now we almost there. You so right. You absolutely so right. Listen, right now I'm trying to look for that tape with the poor sister who got killed outside the gate.
I'm gonna see if I can find it too.
You know what I mean? I forgot her damn name, brother. But she got slaughtered.
I remember that, Captain. I remember that. Yeah. It was so sad. It was so sad. And people wondered, where was the self-restraint? Where was the, trying to evaluate the situation. They didn't. They acted first. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't.
I think her name was Miriam Carey.
Miriam Carey. Listen, we did a whole tape on that, brother. I'm looking for the tape because they got up in Congress, and they said they want to applaud. Oh boy, UPK for it. Listen, I got it.
You got it? Okay, come on, sir.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. It's a lot here, brother. I remember this. Listen, we were screaming to bloody hell over this damn shooting, brother, and to see how they responded when it was time to talk about what the cops did. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
In the middle of the street, it was disgusting in the outside of the law.
Big up General Q, man.
Yeah. You understand? They should have spoke out against that. That's what they did on the House floor. While the government is shut down, they clapped.
In expressing our gratitude to the Capitol Police.
Look at that. I mean, a standing ovation.
Standing ovation, and meanwhile, they killed their sister with her kidney back. And they didn't show no remorse. They didn't say, well, listen, we need to put funding for mental health. Nothing like that.
Right.
Well, she could have been a terrorist. We don't know what she was into. And they lit her up. And listen, she led them around D.C. like, Tom and Jerry. She was driving. They was following her. They couldn't catch up with her. She crashed into the damn gate, and that's when they killed the sister, bro. That's when they killed the sister. And look how they have a standing ovation for killing an Israelite, killing the daughters of Zion. Let these damn cockroaches go up in there and infest the capital of the world. Not the capital of America, but the capital of the world. The place that decides if Chinese people get rice. The place that decides if Japan gets sake. The place that decides if the Arabs get to sell oil at this high or this low. They get to walk up in there and take mail from Nancy Pelosi, rip the damn name title off the damn door with no recourse.
And you know what, Captain? If I could, Salakia,
I got the video of them shooting her. I got the video.
I'm down there. Want to say we probably can't even play it. They might fly.
Right, because this is on NBC News that I'm finding it on.
Yeah, definitely not NBC. Them will copy right here.
Where was Ted Cruz in all this? Because he was also part of this.
I want to know what they're gonna say tomorrow.
Yeah,
how do you spin? Like, the world just saw the utmost shame of America. Like, this is shameful.
Right. You know what, Captain? You know what? They are in session right now, I believe, as we speak, to hurry up and try to vote to certify the election in Joe Biden. They're hearing the last counters about it, as far as from the GOP. But I mean, like you said, like this is irreparable. Like, how can you think that the country is going to go back to normal? You have a fractured government in many different ways, because there's not only a split between the GOP and the Democrats, but there's also a split between loyalists that's in the GOP that's to Trump.
Right.
So
and
go ahead, Salaki.
Not to add on what you're saying about the loyalists. One of the reasons Trump wouldn't speak is because Pence left him too.
Exactly.
That one of the reasons the reason why Trump was so hesitant to even come out and deliver a speech, he was angry because Mike Pence is also turning on him. So that dissension, that broken government and all that, is coming from the top down. They done took Trump off of all social media. They done took him off of Twitter. They done took him off of every outlet you could find to post anything. So just to back up what you're saying, Kahan, you're right about that.
That's right, Captain. I mean, that's what the scriptures say about these people, that they would be those that despise government. Right. And that's how he's been in every empire he has. He would have white supremacy under whatever flag he can settle with. And that's what you're seeing right now. See, but this is what they believe. They believe that they're going to be America 2.0. Right. They don't understand that this is their last run. This empire, the sun is about to set on this empire. Right. You understand? And this right here is the telltale signs, especially for Negroes who have pledged allegiance, quote unquote, to this government and to this society. And the Lord is showing at this point, they shouldn't be arguing with us at this point.
Nah.
I mean, it's evident. You shouldn't have nothing to say against Commanding General Yohanna, Captain Mashak, Captain Tazaryach, Captain I.S.U.P.K, all the brothers at Nakamaya, all the brothers that out here holding down, Kazakamai, all the brothers all abroad that's speaking this word. You shouldn't have, because see, this is the thing about it. We don't need to see anymore. But the sad thing about it is some of you still need to see more.
That's right.
That's the sad thing about it. You need to see more. We don't need to see anymore. That's why we on this side. But the Lord is going to give you what you ask for.
Exactly. And it's so heavy when you say we don't need to see more. If anybody never listened to I.S.U.P.K, this is like, I always say the Lord gives you a moment to listen. And so as you're seeing, like, you probably looking at it like them, just like the average person might just look at it as some crazy white people. In 2 Ezra 6:9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. You're seeing the glimpse of their kingdom falling. This infighting, black people should be applauding. When I made the little joke about get your popcorn and stuff like that, it's funny, but it's true. Because you're seeing that kingdom fall. And so now when Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourself together, O nation that desire, this is the advantage that now we should be coming together to be the power that comes right after that. I got a quick precept, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Get down.
In second Ezra is the 15th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 14 through 16. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword. Say again, sir.
Read this here for the cap so he could break it down. Say where you are again.
2 Ezra 15, verse 14 through 16. You
right.
Start it. Kahan, sir.
Just 15, 14 through 16.
Kahan, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I what you're seeing here is for sure, footage from today with just, being total terrorists.
I was praying that scaffold fell. So like I was.
Listen, let me tell you something. You see right there the wall. I think that's the wall Trump should have focused on.
Yeah.
That's right. They were climbing the damn wall.
They built that wall.
They should have made that wall higher. It was built for climbing because, like, they climb the shit so easily.
They were rock climbing.
Esau dwell in the cleft of the rock.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my goodness.
It's the way you have to get out 2 Ezra.
2 Ezra 15 and 14, sir.
All right, no sweat. Good,
sir.
Nice and loud, all right?
2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
That word woe means destruction. And it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Like, this is not over. If you think about 2020, this is an excellent way to come into 2021. Like 2020, everybody looked at 2020 like it was hell, and they was all waiting and celebrating their whack-ass New Year's, thinking it got to get better in 2021. And the Lord showed us just how badder it's going to be in 2021. Right. If we don't get ourselves together, that scripture fits all of us. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. As you can see, we drink. We have a drink. We ain't worried about this world. Keep going, please.
Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Because we're close to the end. Captain Kahan brought this out. Commander General Yohanna been bringing this out. The end of Esau's kingdom is at hand. That's why you see the mere thought of, for a white person, the mere thought of being under a black or Hispanic, or even being being equal to a black or Hispanic, has caused them to destroy that's their capital. That's not our capital. That's their capital. That's their Congress. That's their government. And that the thought of even being equal with us makes them draw their swords and the destruction come on nigh. Keep going.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
Like, black people all the time fight against each other, but we not the real power. The real power in America, that's the white man. And when you see them fighting against each other, we're not supposed to look for a solution. There was a meme. I seen a picture, a meme a sister put up. I seen the only brother I seen out of this whole thing was in the White House. And somebody said he must be looking for a stimulus check. That's the only brother I seen in this whole thing. And it should have been no brothers. Let them fight amongst, let them fight against each other. Like, we done fought against each other long enough. We supposed to look at this, man. If they're fighting each other, this is our opportunity. Like, the white man is very good. When they call him cunning, he's very good at using his enemies infighting against him. That's why you have a North Korea and South Korea.
That's why all them little Cold Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Funding the opposition and all that type of stuff.
Right. If that
now somebody funded his opposition.
Right. Exactly, sir.
Now somebody strengthened the people who he thought that would never ever rise up and would never ever go this far against the damn country.
Yeah.
This is their goddamn country. They're such sore losers.
Yeah.
A white man was in power, another white man will be in power. What's your goddamn problem?
That's right.
Because they don't want to give a crumb. You know what Obadiah say, if a robber had robbed, wouldn't he left some grapes?
He said a sore winner.
Yeah, he's a sore winner. Then Obadiah said, if a robber robbed, wouldn't he left some grapes? The white man don't want to leave a grape to a nigga.
No.
To a stick or a wet bag. He don't want to leave us nothing. And if you got to leave 2 grapes, good God, you see this. 2 grapes. This is 2 grapes. Keep reading.
And swords in their hands.
And what do you see them have? Like in this video you showing right here, I think that's when they shot a white woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then that's the sword in their hand. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men.
Keep going.
And invading one another.
And now this is the heavy part. Keep going after that, please.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They ain't caring about the president right now. They ain't caring about the president, the vice president, the Senate. They done took, like these white people have took over what is supposed to be the greatest power in America, their government, and invaded it, took over, took pictures. They was going live. They was doing all of that. So now they don't have the regard of their kings and their princes. And that's what the world is seeing. I believe Captain Mashak said earlier, these other nations are looking at the weakness of America right now.
That's right.
And America looks real weak to where your own people, and they can't, and when I say your own people, we're not their people. Remember, we 3/5 of man on the books. So we're not their people. So their own people is destroying their own. If this was China, what are they doing? If this was Korea, if this was China, they would be killing that dictatorship.
That's right.
What did they do with Gaddafi? When this happened with Gaddafi, all that infighting and stuff like that, they went in there and found an excuse to kill them. Right. Now they're going to give an excuse to excuse themselves. So the scriptures say they're not going to regard the kings nor princes. Keep going.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
That's where they're going to believe we have the guns, we have the people, we're going to take it over. And then the National Guard, and it was so long and short. Does anybody have that picture when they knew Black Lives Matter was coming, how they were standing up against the White House? I'm gonna see if I can find that picture.
I heard somebody mention it before. How they totally, armed up and clipped up when it was time for us. But when it's time for them, it ain't enough guards on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna text the picture to you, Cap.
Enforcement's down there. She called for National Guard yesterday, and then around 4 o'clock said, "I need 200 more."
If I could, Captain, the word came out that Trump stalled the guard. Remember when Black Lives Matter, not that we don't support, we stand in solidarity with the suffering of our people,
right?
But we don't support. We not affiliated with Black Lives Matter. But when they came out, Trump was saying we need the National Guard. We need to activate the National Guard. But when Burial Bowser was pressing for the National Guard, there's work, because they're saying now they're trying to have an investigation. They're trying to do the whole investigation of what happened. And this word is that they're saying that he stopped the National Guard from getting out there earlier. That's what they're saying, according to the Associated Press. Look at this here. This is right here. They're climbing the damn wall.
I mean, what
they accuse the Mexicans of doing, they are like, the Lord is showing you sheer hypocrisy, not democracy. He's showing you hypocrisy here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is like some out of the zombie like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse. This is what happened. But to them, democracy, like Thomas Jefferson said, is mob rule.
That's it.
So like, if I could, that you only see that in movies and video games when you invade castle, you shoot the and then you climb over.
Exactly.
That's you invading another castle. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm up the video.
That's right. I just want to know what Ben Carson did. That's all I want to know.
I see. Listen, I see the shirt in the back.
I want to give a shout out to Officer Godward for blessing me with this lovely shirt. Captain Mashak, I was in DC not too long ago, so I didn't really get the. I went down there by 16th and 16th Street, and I seen some of the Black Lives Matter murals and things like that. But you can see right there, you can feel the energy in the air in DC. You can feel where everybody was sizing everybody up. The Proud Boys were sizing black men up. Black men was like, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? So these things right here, like the captain bring it out, man, it's biblical. It's biblical and it's evident. The Bible is a living word. That's what people don't everybody want to look at the Bible like it's a historical text, and it is. But it's a living word, past, present, and future.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
And the one thing is there ain't no escaping what's in it. You could try to fight it, you could try to hide it. There is no escaping it.
Listen now, you so right, Doc, because listen, last week everybody was scared about the goddamn vaccine, right?
That's right.
Vaccine I'm sure every nigga now already ready to take the vaccine now. I'm sure you're ready.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I'm
sure if the vaccine would quell this thing, everybody would be yes. We'd be doing. You know why? Because this is coming to your city tomorrow.
That's right. Hold on.
Listen, where was the other? What state was the storm the Capitol House a couple months ago? With God. Where was it? Milwaukee somewhere.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of the city. But what you're saying is right. Yep. The local governments. Well, I ain't mean to cut you off, Cap. No, what you saying, Cap Mashak, what you saying, and that's straight up, that's prophecy. Because that's what is going to happen on a local level. They feel like I said, it's oppression comes from top down, so the destruction is going to come from top down. So what's going to happen is they saying, look, today we went to Washington, D.C., took this over. Let's take over the local. Once you start seeing this on local levels, you're going to start to see political politicians be targets for assassination. That's the next step of this government. They're going to start to see who's loyal to this or their ideology, their political belief, because believe it or not, they're not apolitical. These white people have many, and the next thing you're going to see is religion intersecting with this, because we always say that the Christianity is the mark of the beast, and you're going to see now the religion of the state, and the religion of the state, is no separation of church and state. The white evangelicals, they're so quote unquote Christians, and they are siding with this. They are part of this insurrection that you see going on today in America.
Of course.
Jesus Save signs out there. If you look at the video, they had a bunch of Jesus Save signs out there.
They had Jesus 2020.
Yep.
I see Jesus dead. Jesus 2020.
They prayed like if I could.
Go ahead.
Last week, they even had a rally, I forgot exactly where, but they had some evangelical priests come out and have everybody pray to God so that way Trump can stay in the office. And then the preacher even said that we're going down to Washington to make sure that Trump stays into office.
I wish I could ask that Jesse Lee Peterson. He called Donald Trump the Great White Hope.
Oh my goodness!
Listen, he had a doll. He has a doll of Donald Trump on his desk, like a doll.
Brother, listen, I guarantee you at night he goes into a cage and circles around and lays on a mattress. And in the morning, they wake him up, feed him, and then send him to work. I guarantee you that's what happens with this dude. He had, when he goes home, he had a scratch on the door like a puppy. And then walk. He is so trained. He is such a trained.
Yeah,
he's a trained jester. But listen, if you're watching this, now let me tell you something now. DC, anybody who ever lived in DC for any time, know Kahan, know the Carmine, know Captain National. You drive past the White House or the Capitol building too late at night, too fast, your tint is too dark. Brother, about 5 cars is coming out of nowhere. And it's going to be a 2-hour stop. around that capital area, them capital cops don't play. I don't know even know if you all remember a few months ago, a sister came into town with her son and her sister to go visit the monument. And then they dragged them out the car and put guns on them. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
Had to come out and say she wants a full report. But this is how extreme the Capitol Police are. But you allow this. You fully allow this. So now, the UPK been prophesying this forever. Since 1969, Command General never changed. Always spoke about these times. That's right. Give it up. Listen. So now, what will you say now? What will you say about what we're saying? This is what you should understand. Give me scripture. I want to that. My son, Lord.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
Measure how?
Diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Now understand that. He's saying measure the time diligently. If you really woke, you woke, we all woke.
Stay woke.
Listen, overstand, you don't understand, we overstand. Understand. Let you understand what's going on. You're supposed to understand that this is the time when the Lord is beginning to visit the earth. And it's not going to get better.
Right.
It's going to get worse. These oppressors, brother, listen, this is like TikTok for the local terrorists. This is like a TikTok video. They see it and they're going to go home and want to try it.
Yeah.
They're going to go home and want to do the same thing because it's in them to rebel. They rebelled against the Lord in the garden.
Right.
They rebelled against the Lord with Jacob and Esau. They have always rebelled and they always want that one excuse to get insanely violent. In the 1800s, it was what? Taxation without representation, right? Or the 1700s. 1800s was what? You trying to take my slaves. 1900 is what? You're trying to take my jobs. Here we are in 2020. They in full power, going to the goddamn moon, killing scientists of another nation across the whole world. And they have a goddamn problem. They're feeling trapped. This is the people our black leaders trained us to love. This is the society that they trained us to love. While they tell us peaceful protest, they get to storm the goddamn capital. They get to storm the capital and not a soul dies. I pray they all get COVID. Salaki.
If I could, Captain, it's heavy you say that. The Lord used a virus to show us a virus.
Right.
And while we need to be spiritually quarantined from these people because we see that they are on a war path and they have a date with death.
Right.
And we have a date with destiny. If we adhere to what God said, and like I was bringing out earlier, a lot of we Abraham's children, man. We Jacob's children. Look, there's a heightened sense of alert right now with us. And like the conversation is almost parallel. The thing about it is they just don't want to elevate to the level we on yet. They're just too afraid. They still want to try to have that hope. But the problem is if you continue to invest in this place, your hopes and your dreams in this place, man, you're gonna miss out because you seeing how quick America can turn. When this happened earlier today, I mean everything. I mean, you could I'm in the South right now. You can see it on white people's faces. They they could not hide it. It was like, are you gonna suspect me of doing that? Because I'm gonna do that. They're right and they're proud. They feel like that this is the American way. When this is a treason. This is treason. But meanwhile, we are, as Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, we are continually viewed as enemies of the state, or potential enemies of the state in America. When we are law-abiding citizens.
That's right.
The Southern Poverty Law Center should be sued for even putting I.S.U.P.K on the hate group list, because what you see today is not only a hate group, but domestic terrorism.
Listen, you so right about that. Let me tell you something. A brother called me today. A brother who I know, and he manages some stores in the area, and he said, okay, listen, they called me. They told me I'm gonna have to close down all these stores and blah 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 blah. Then he calls back and tells me one of the Israelites who he supervises called him and said she was in a certain mall, had to run to the bathroom before she closed the store. Now, because everybody in a panic, there's a line to use the goddamn bathroom. And she didn't really know where the line started. So she walked up. She said, this female oppressor told her, get to the back of the line. That's where you belong anyway. We're talking about, an hour or two after this thing go on. So what do you think gonna happen tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Captain, I was on the phone with Captain Radazar. Shout out to him out there in Atlanta.
That's right.
That pastor that preaches at Martin Luther King's old church, Ebenezer. I knew right there. I told him, I said, because she was campaigning, the woman that he was running against was campaigning with the Ku Klux Klan. They had a member of the Ku Klux Klan that was helping her campaign. And I knew right then and there when they called that race for him, and when it was close to that white man, I knew right then and there. I said, it's about to get ugly.
Right.
You understand? Because like you said, they feel like they are losing their grip on society, on their power. And that's why, really, to be honest, I don't want to even talk to anybody about peace no more. All I want to talk about is power. I don't want to talk about peace. Let's just talk about power. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Let's talk about how it is obtained, how it is translated, how it is abused. Let's just talk about power, because now you seeing right now an extension of the Greco-Roman Empire is the same thing that happened in the Roman Senate. The same thing happened when the assassinations of Julius Caesar and etc. This is what you see right here. When we see it in high definition now, we don't have to look in the history books. Right. You see it in high definition how a society unravels, how an institution, which why I thank the Lord so much for the I.S.U.P.K. because we have laws, statutes, and commandments which are the institutions without a building. You understand? They need a building. These heathens need a statue. They need something, something they can touch because they're full of idolatry. But we have something that we can carry with us everywhere, which is why the Lord said he dwell not in a temple made with hands.
Right. Damn right. The scriptures say, there's a couple of scriptures against flesh and vaccine. That's not a principality or a power.
Hold on. Testing one. You'll put a one in if we coming through live. Just know that it get kind of choppy. It got a little bit choppy. Just put a one in the chat if the video and the audio coming through strong, please. I'm
gonna refresh on mine just to make sure too. Give me 1 second.
Do I have to refresh, Captain, or am I good?
Okay, I'm seeing.
No, you looking good. You look. What I see.
Okay, they put in the ones. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you look good, Cap. Like when the scriptures say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. This is the time where you're gonna have to choose a side. Captain Kahan said this is about power. And so now you got to start saying what power you gonna rely on. We don't try to rely on America's power, and we seeing the power that we're relying on is destructive from within. So you can't even rely on power where the power is fighting with each other. Like the scriptures say, a house divided cannot stand.
That's right.
If Satan can't cast out Satan. So now you have to go to a power that's yours. One of my bedrock scriptures when I try to teach the black people is Exodus, the 2nd chapter. I think it's verse 21 through 22. And when we was in bondage in Egypt, we didn't cry to the Egyptians to get free. We cried to the Most High to get free because we knew that we had to go to a power that was above the power that was with us. When we went to the Most High, the scriptures say the Lord had respect unto the children of Israel. And then he remembered the covenant that he made with Abraham, with Isaac, and then with Jacob. And then he sent them plagues onto Egypt. And while them plagues was on Egypt, there was nothing that happened to the children of Israel. As we see in these plays, Commander GEN.YAHANNA broke down that whack-ass vaccine that everybody was all afraid of. He broke that down. We supposed to just watch. We supposed to, take care of yourself, look at the white man and his kingdom fall. We're supposed to just watch. We see this civil fighting that they're having. We are not supposed to care. We just supposed to watch and watch this kingdom fall and let the Lord do his work. Black and Hispanics do not get in the way of the Lord's work. Like you don't want to die with the white man. Like let the white man fall. Let him just like he got his kingdom by itself. He can get the kingdom. You can watch the kingdom fall by itself. We didn't enjoy the uprising. Why should we partake in the fall of it? Listen, when this kingdom was being made great, what labors did we enjoy? Nothing. And I'm saying labors because we built it.
Listen, what benefit did we enjoy? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
No benefit of it. We just work for it. But listen, we get to see it come down without us lifting our finger.
Yeah.
If you would hearken to the voice of the Lord.
That's right.
You understand? But you're gonna go over there and try to save her. Mm-hmm. You understand? This hoe is falling, and you're gonna go over there and you are going to try to save her. Don't save her, man. Mm-mm. Do not save her. She don't want to be saved.
She don't. And don't think that Biden is the answer. The only sad part about all of this is like me knowing the cunningness of the white man. Trump is about to be the face for all black oppression. For the 400, 500 years of black oppression, they're going to make Trump the face, and Biden is now going to be the new savior. And they're going to twist that to lull back black people right back to sleep. When we have to get
assuming there is a tomorrow.
Right. Assuming that. Like they're gonna be looking, well, Trump only got what's they gonna say? Trump only got 13 days left.
He said this. He said when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Listen, he's talking to his boys. He told them stand back.
Listen, stand back, stand by. Listen, they stood by today. They were standing back. Go ahead.
If I could, man. I'm looking at this picture, and it's crazy because they went up in there. They went up in there in the congressional chambers where there are confidential documents, U.S. documents. Mm-hmm. They went in there with book bags. I seen one of them. They was at the table making a phone call.
Mm-hmm. He going live. He was like this going live. He was like this going live.
Yeah, I'm like, I said, damn. I said, man, and that's so heavy why the Lord said, man, in the last days, all things gonna be revealed, man. Mm-hmm. In the last, because like, where else you gonna get this? It's better than cable TV. I mean, you seeing this, they are on statues. I mean, they gave themselves a self-guided tour of the congressional chambers.
Yeah.
I mean, and then our people, like, and you listen to those congressional Black Caucus Negroes right now. I'll tell you who they sounded like. They're taking some of our talking points. You know why? Because we are the only thing that makes sense right now.
That's right.
The UPK, all these talking points you hearing out here from these different groups, they are listening to what we're saying, and they're trying to sanitize a little bit what we're saying.
Right.
But the talking points that we are saying is the most logical right now. The abandonment of trying to love this place, because now we see that look at this here. Look at this white
farmer. You think he owned it? That's his spot.
That's Nancy Pelosi office act. That's Nancy Pelosi office. Listen, there's another picture with this same devil here, the same oppressor. He walked out with her mail, her personal mail.
Yes.
And take a picture on the street. Now listen, if we break and enter into a house, brother, we get at least 10 years, 20 years. They had to bury these oppressors.
We wouldn't have made it outside. We wouldn't have made it home. We might, if we would have made it in, we're not coming out alive at all. Now look at this corner. There'd have been grenades. Go ahead, Kahan.
No, it's like Cap. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Now, look, if a Negro break in there and they come up there, he gonna grab a broom and say, "I'm the janitor. I'm sweeping." I'm doing it. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That's what the other thing they're saying. There's a breach in confidentiality in that those house chambers. They have access to not only people's, they have access to the address, those politicians' addresses. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so much. It's even classified. That you're gonna see it in a minute when you look online and you start looking at these white supremacist blogs and you start seeing all these different high-profile documents. You're gonna know where they got it from. They got it from the goddamn Congress. You understand? That's what's going on, man.
Yeah.
It's like a cat.
Nah, you ain't never lied about that, man. Like, this is amazing. Like, how does America, like y'all said, they taking their mail, they taking their documents, and if they was rushed out of there, who knows what's on them documents, what's on that information. So how are you going to clean any of this up?
Right.
Like, this is the blackest of the black eye for America, and I love it because this is not my country. This ain't my country. This ain't our country. We don't have the same rights on this country as these white people that could go in there. A black person or Hispanic would never even think, hey man, we're gonna take the White House. Right. The closest you're gonna see is them blaxploitation movies when Jim Brown did it in the movies. That's the closest you're gonna see to taking over America. But we would never think we could go in there. Even when you think about them riots when they was bombing like police stations and stuff like that, and they was credited, they was trying to give it to black people. That wasn't black people doing that. That was white folk with the mask and stuff on pretending to be black to do it, because we know our reaction can only go so far. We could never think to do nothing like that. No. And they got the Trump 2020 up there. They love Trump. Trump gave them the greatest slogan they could ever hear in life, and that's "Make America Great Again." And that meant you black and Hispanics would never be equal to us. Listen. And Joe Biden represents the opposite. And did y'all hear Trump's call for them to stop?
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Well, that's what I heard. Listen, I thought I heard that earlier. Okay,
you didn't hear the Cap?
Oh, it was funny.
What exactly you heard he say? Because I'm hearing he telling them, all right, it's enough, or he said something more slick.
He said, and we probably don't know if we could play it, but I'll play it on my phone and I'll tell you what he said. Right. He said, like, I know how you feel.
Oh, you have the audio? You have the audio or the video?
I could pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
If you send me the link, I'll play it right now.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
If I could, this is at this time, if you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and you understand what we're saying, you have ears to hear. You ain't simple going down there to try to make peace.
Right.
You better pray that this Passover mimics the first one.
Yep. That's right.
You better pray that April 24th, the firstborn of them all drop dead.
Right.
You better pray for it, brother. Pray for it. Pray for it with diligence. Because without it, we have not a prayer in the world. Not a prayer. You see the difference between a free man's protest and a slave's protest.
Right.
Right.
Difference. You want real freedom? Listen, brother, we're going to have to rely on the Lord. Not Hotep and Horus, not Allah and Muhammad, not the Jehovah's Witness and the Watchtower. We're going to rely on the Lord, brother, to bring a bloodbath from on high.
Okay, hey Cap, I sent it to you. I sent it to you on Messenger. It's at like the 6-second mark. You'll hear his reply. His reply was so arrogant. Even when after they play it, the CNN guy said, "Yeah, he made that apology, but it's full of lies." Because he telling them, because he like, I'm telling them, I know how y'all feel. They stole the election. I love you guys, but I think we go home. Yeah, he still say they stole it.
You say I love you stole it. Hold on, listen. That's why I think that's when Twitter took it down, because they said, look, if he's still able to post after the curfew throughout the night, it could, a fire needs oxygen to breathe, right? Yeah. And he told them anything. Right. He directed them down to the Capitol. He said to go down to the Capitol building, and when they went down there, he, of course, he stayed within the privacy of his motorcade, and they went down there, and he was more than likely giving out instructions from there. Right. I mean, but for sure, they seized on that building, man, like locusts, man. Like locusts. And let me tell you something. You give it enough time where they feel like the Constitution is challenging their quote unquote freedom, they will burn their Constitution. Yep. They don't have loyalty to any Constitution. Are you kidding me?
They're gonna say it's time for an upgrade.
Right. They're gonna say this is how we gonna amend the Constitution. They're gonna make Colin Kaepernick look like a saint. You think they were mad at Colin Kaepernick? They're gonna make Colin Kaepernick look like a saint.
Right.
They're gonna say it's time. I think I got it. All right. Hold on.
Yeah, that's it right there. Watch him lay it down.
Trump. I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. Everyone knows, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have
Negro. Wait, hold on.
You have to go home. You have to go home. Where you just broke into the damn Capitol building, going home, my ass.
He like, I know y'all messed up. That's something you tell somebody that you're happy at what they did. That's not somebody that's angry at anything that they did. He's happy at what they did. And he didn't. And like I said, he didn't even want to say nothing in the beginning because he was angry that Mike Pence left him. So it took him over hours so to even do this video when they was pleading with him to do something, and he wouldn't say nothing at all.
He probably was in the White House bathroom going, "This bullshit, bro."
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, man.
Listen, he talked to them like there was, a high school football team that, streak or throw cake at the coach or something.
Right.
He said that's enough. It's time to go home now.
Time to go home.
And everyone was
go ahead,
you ever seen Rambo, the first one? At the end when they went to Rambo and they told him he had to calm down.
Right.
They gave him a speech so that way he said, "It's enough, John.
It's enough." What are you doing? What are you doing, John?
Oh my goodness.
It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country.
Listen, you talking about there's never been a time like this where you can take it away. Y'all took away black people's lives, nigga.
Right.
Y'all took away lives. You're talking about they stole the election. You stole people.
Right.
You stole a country. You stole identities. What the hell you talking about? They took it away from us.
That's
you
right.
Orlando Castile woman, but you stole the election away. You stole her husband's life in front of face. You stole Anna's life in front of his face. You stole Oscar Brego's life in front of his face.
That's right.
You violate us all the goddamn time, and you want to stand here and act like, okay, they stole the election from us, and there's never been a time like this. America has always been like this.
That's right, always.
This oppressor feels a little bit of threatening. Any little thing that he can use as an excuse to riot, he'd use it. You had the story I just asked you for? Big up Kazak, man. If you can't find the story, I'm gonna just verbalize it. Kazak told me this week he was doing some research with Jack Johnson, right? And when Jack Johnson fought that oppressor, who they call the White Hope, and beat him, these oppressors went out and burned down houses and killed damn near 29 people. And killed damn near 29 people just off of them losing a goddamn boxing match.
Right.
Losing a boxing match. And now you want to tell me about, we lost they took it from us.
Right. And if I could.
Listen, let the Lord flood it with blood.
That's right. If I could, Captain. And what Donald Trump? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Captain. Salah.
Go ahead.
No, what Donald Trump's saying is paramount because listen to his language. They stole it from me. They stole it from us. Like he is including, like what he's doing. He's encapsulating himself into the America. Meaning, I am America. Yep. If you don't believe in me, you don't believe in America.
That's right.
And so many dictators do this type of language. You know what I'm saying? They're able to manipulate and get them caught up in this. But this is what's going on. Like even though Biden, if he does take office, he's not going to be looked at as a legitimate president. And it wouldn't surprise me that Trump would still be calling shots long after Biden is in there. because he has a loyal base, almost cult, quote unquote, cult-like.
Right.
For those who want to call us a cult, what you just saw was a cult.
That's right.
Invade the damn Capitol building, man. Break property.
Cap, that's called the Johnson-Jeffries riots.
The Johnson-Jeffries riots. If you could look it up, please. Tawada, brother. And
it said dozens of race riots occurred throughout the United States after that fight.
That's what I'm saying. Don't say there ain't no time like this. It's always a time like this. This is just the beginning. And Kahan, what you say right there is so heavy because that's the same thing they did with Venezuela. Remember, they couldn't get Chavez out. You understand? Right. So who's the one down there? Maduro? Now they have Maduro down there with the other one, Guaido. And Maduro won the election, but they want Guaido is Trump and them pick. So now spread the propaganda that Guaido is the people. Guaido is Venezuela, even though Guaido is not in charge. And split down the middle because of it. They tried the same thing a few years ago with Georgia, Russia. I don't know if you remember when Georgia, Russia was separate from Russia. America was baiting them to rebel.
Right.
Yep.
Russia clipped up with tanks and started lighting Georgia on fire. They said, "Nah, we gonna go and get some vodka."
Yeah. And you know what,
Adam, we gonna drink vodka.
You know what though? You know what's so heavy about it? When you go into like how they destabilize governments and things like that, is exactly what they always been doing, man. I mean, when you really look at it, how they did in South America, how they did in third world countries. I mean, these are things that they do all the time. You know what I'm saying? So now, like to see that it's happening, and you had I think it was in the Wall Street Journal. You have ex-CIA all the time, ex-CIA members. And they asked them about the riots and all these things that are going on. Right. And they said they've seen this before when they went into other countries. And they say this has all the signs of a failed state.
Right.
That's what you see happening right now. This is what happens when you see it before society collapses. Once you have distrust in the institutions, you have distrust in those who uphold those institutions. And once you take the faith and the belief out of that, you have dissension.
That's right. That's how it's always going to be. So like I said,
they're going to become a government to themselves. Go ahead, Al.
No, that's all I was going to say. Like they're going to look at, I don't need the government because they're not giving me what I want.
Right.
You had the gun issue where they was talking about taking away the guns. You got blacks and Hispanics. You got the wall. You got immigrants. You got everything that they feel is taking their country away. And for them, you're taking away the one man that promises to keep it that way. Right. To keep it for me. Like even when he's saying, I know how you feel and we lost, that we is not talking about us. That's why what Captain Mashak brought out about what happened in the 1900s with the boxers, all the lynching and killings. Where was the us then?
Right.
This is not black folk business.
No.
This is the glory of the Lord. Captain Mashak, y'all brought out some good point. Captain Mashak brought out measure the time. We supposed to measure this time, and we supposed to observe, and we supposed to look, and we ain't supposed to be afraid. Like Yahushua said, there shall be wars and rumors of wars. Be not discouraged, because all these things must come to pass.
Listen, not maybe, not maybe.
Right. Must. They gotta happen. And in Revelations, it says, when they talk about them beasts coming out, them horses coming out, it says, hurt not the oil and the wine, which is those that serve the Lord. So we supposed to just watch the destruction of America. We just supposed to gather ourselves together. We supposed to come together and leave this society. That's the like as if we see white people leave the society, for sure we gotta leave. Exactly. This ain't never been our society.
Hold on, if I could, Cal.
There ain't been one horror movie where white people run first.
Right, not one. Not one.
Horror movie. Right, Ahsh.
Right. So we seeing them run for the hills. If we seeing them taking over, running over the government, we supposed to be like, all right, man, it's time to get up out of here.
Listen, I'm trying to roll. Also here physically, we talking about separate.
Yeah, we not Bubble Eye Blackfish. We not GOCC. We ain't none of that. We ain't none of that to go run and flee no other place.
That's a sidebar. You can't get on no plane, no way, nigga, if you ain't take a vaccine.
Right. You can't even get on a flight now without taking a vaccine.
Buy a bus ticket if you want to run. Right. You go say something now?
No, I was gonna say that when you look at what's going on, I lost my train of thought. But y'all got me going, man. Y'all got me. You know what I'm saying?
Just remember, the oppressor is the devil.
That's right. I'm so lit right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here, man. I got my Ben Carson behind me. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, brother, we on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? We're on the hunt for Ben Carson. We gonna find him. He probably was in there hiding too in the sleeping chamber. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so heavy, man, just to see these things unfold, man, because that's what the Bible says. Like the prophets long to see days like these, man, because you got a lot of people. I mean, this is more validation for what we do, and for all the young brothers that's standing out there. Commander GEN.YAHANNA and them has been laboring for years, and they've been saying it when it wasn't popular. They was saying it when it wasn't on social media and the internet. So now we find ourselves in cyberspace, penetrating through these algorithms and pushing this truth more and more. And the millennials, they listening to us. Make no mistake about it. They listening to us on the streets. We got the ear of the streets. The priest got the ear of the streets, Jack. That's right. You can believe that.
That's right.
Damn right.
Absolutely right. Listen, if I could, y'all make sure to like this video.
Yes.
Share it all over. Share it like it's the plague. Share it like it's the thing to save your life. Share it like you wouldn't listen, just share everything. Share it all over.
That's right. Hey, Cap, what you saying? Look, what you saying is so heavy, man. Look, if you know me right, hit the like. Hit the like. And if you really care, hit the share. Mm-hmm. If you know me right, hit the like, and if you really care, hit the share.
Right.
If you can't share, that's all you gotta do.
Right.
It ain't that difficult. It ain't that hard.
Listen, man, if white people could get other white people to storm the Capitol, at least y'all could do is share the video, pay your tithes, support these brothers. If you ain't got the strength to be like us, man, just support us.
Just support us.
Hold on, Cap. If I could, y'all listen. What you saying is so right. Think about this. If you look at any real historians see what is history, we at a watershed moment in America right now. Real historians see where this country's headed. Now, of course, we're prophets in the school, so prophets makes prophecies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The scientists and them they make predictions. But make no mistake about it, there's a power vacuum that's happening. And what are we gonna do as a nation?
Right.
If this thing, we have to be a government within ourselves to govern ourselves. And what better way than be under a man named Commander GEN.YAHANNA who has God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Now he didn't make up his own laws.
That's right.
We having what the Bible said, man, how to live. That's not a religion. We got a law on how to treat each other, man.
That's right.
And guess what? By us doing that, we gonna rise through the ashes, man.
That's it.
Through all of this, man. And like I said, our enemy, these oppressors, they don't possess none of these traits and attributes and these laws, statutes, and commandments. So because they don't, you seeing what's happening right now. They're gonna be defeated. They're gonna defeat themselves. The Lord is gonna defeat them because they don't possess any of these laws, statutes, and commandments. Which is why the Lord said when He drove them out of the land of Israel, out of the land of Canaan, He said, "Because I gave you these laws because they didn't have these laws."
Right. And
that's why they got overthrew.
That's right. You so right about that, Kahan. You laid it down perfectly. Kahan.
Brother's gonna read the story here.
Kahan, sir.
God, the riots. John Jeffrey riots. The riots came during a period of heightened racism in the United States.
Say that one more time.
The fight came during a period of heightened racism in the United States.
And if we ain't there now, I don't know when we're going to be.
That's right.
It came with a period of heightened racism in the United States. And we are the height of it. Well, I ain't going to even say we are the height. We getting there. We getting there, so you know what's next. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Lynchings of African Americans were common in 1910. With 67 lynchings of African Americans occurring that year. Many whites were dismayed by the result of the fight and were angered by African Americans celebrating Johnson's victory and began attacking them. Within 2 days, 10 people were killed in 6 different states.
Good.
Riots occurred throughout the country in major cities such as Atlanta, Cincinnati, Houston, New York, and St. Louis.
Hold on, stop. Now, how the hell he gets in the capital?
Good night.
Oh my goodness.
What? He went to a football game.
This is him.
I got a screenshot. Don't move that screen. I need to copy that on my computer so I can see.
That is ridiculous.
Good night.
That is absolutely. He looked like he looking for Odin, like he one of them goddamn Viking.
Right. Johnny
I got it, sir. I got to share this. How does he get in there?
How does he get in? How he get in? Listen, Lord of law, brother. If we have camp this Saturday, none of you DCPD and PD come tell me shit.
That's right. They can't tell us. Listen. All bets are off. You know what I'm saying? We come out there with smoke bombs, fireworks, whatever we want to come out. They better not say a damn thing to us. The bike police, nobody.
Don't tell me nothing.
I might have to go. Hey, I might have to get on a flight, Captain Shock. I'm trying
to listen. Once DC open back up, all those lead to DC, man. Whoever want to come down, just let me.
Oh my goodness.
Because listen, look at what's going on. And they wouldn't squeeze, they wouldn't bust a grape. They wouldn't bust a grape. And look who's in the capital.
That is insane right there.
And they would have, and you would think that they would, like, for them to even have the nerve to say anything to us who are protesting legally. Well, we're legal. We're legally protesting.
Right.
We go out in the streets of America and they want to harass us and tell us to turn the mic off and we are exercising our so-called quote unquote what you say is our freedom of speech.
Right.
We are deemed threatening and terrorists and all this other stuff, and he's in the chamber, the House chamber,
naked.
I mean,
naked at that, with a goddamn Viking helmet on.
A Viking helmet on, dragging the flag, which supposed to be what damn near sacrilegious or something. Supposed to be a big huge deal.
Oh yeah, they didn't desecrate the flag. And more. Like I said, they are totally hypocrites because they get mad at Colin Kaepernick and they have changed the colors of the flag. They have put all kind of other symbols and Viking and Celtic memorabilia on the flag. They've done all kind of things. But see, that go to show you that, like you said earlier, Captain Mashak, Captain Tazaryach, that this is just not our rest. This is not our rest.
No. And for us, go ahead, Con.
Right. And then when you look on like I said, in the South, where it's Trump country, what are you black people gonna do in these rural areas now? Right. What are you gonna do now in these areas where you're mainly surrounded? What are you gonna do? I think you need to get in contact with the I.S.U.P.K. I think you need a contingency plan just to keep you safe. I think that's what you need to do.
You need something. And it's so heavy when you bring up Kaepernick, man. Kaepernick can't get a job to this day. Holding private workouts to try to get a job, put an afro, picture up, Nike and all that. He can't even get a job today just for taking a knee. Didn't run into no White House, didn't do nothing. He can't get a job to this day. Them white folk that did that today, I guarantee they'll be at work tomorrow.
Listen, they unpaid leave.
Right.
They collect the checks. The checks hit the bank Monday. They take them checks and book a ticket and get a hotel and
they out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at this here. You see who getting hurt? I'm assuming this is a sister. I'm assuming it is for Capitol Police. you on there. And somebody had to pour something in your eyes because you don't get sprayed trying to defend this place that would kill you if you wasn't in that uniform.
Right. And you know what, Captain? The narrative I'm looking at and the journalists, some of these journalists should be fired for basically journalism malpractice. Whatever journalism degree they have, they need to be fired because I'm hearing certain things like, quote unquote, the protesters took over the Capitol building. The protesters. That's not the protests. Don't take over a Capitol building. Insurrection, a rioter takes over the Capitol building. Then they had one journalist say that the police did all that they could to stop the rioters, the protesters. Well, if that's true, why do they still have bullets in their gun?
Right.
Why is there still electricity in their taser?
We should have saw all kind of smoke in front of that White House.
Listen, if that's all they could do to stop the protest, I need them to do all they could do the next time they pull a black man over.
Exactly.
If that's all they could do, when it comes to me, do all you could do, because that's the way you live. When you do all you could do, that's the way you live. But the other way, people die.
That's right.
People die.
And you know what, Captain? The police have a utility belt full of options, and they're trained on each one of those options. Mainly conflict resolution, which is when they speak to them, when they speak to a person. But they pick the most deadliest one when it comes to us, which is the firearm.
Right.
You understand? So, like I said, we're constantly, and like I said, a lot of brothers and sisters out there in cyberspace are having this same conversation, but not on the level that we're having it on tonight. And they should join us. They should join us and see God's perspective on this, man. See what Commander GEN.YAHANNA has been saying, because he has revelation. Make no mistake about it. Commander GEN.YAHANNA has a revelation. Right. And these things right here, you're going to see more of it. And see, the more these things happen, the more religion cannot make sense of these things. Your pastor, he can't make sense.
Don't have an answer, right?
He don't have an answer. What he's going to tell you to do, he's going to give you a cliche. He's going to give you a Christian cliche, but he doesn't have the answer. He doesn't know how to break these things and decode these things spiritually according to the Bible.
He's going to tell you to pray for America. He's going to tell you to pray. He's going to tell you to pray for America.
That's right, Captain.
He's going to tell you to pray for Trump and Biden.
Come on.
Now you ain't even making a decision. He's not going to give you room for a decision. He's just going to tell you pray for America, pray for Trump, pray for Biden, pray for everybody.
That's right.
Pray for God, because the spirit of Satan is loose in the earth.
Right.
Nothing but Satan causing all this confusion. Bow your heads and pray.
That's right.
Them 3 cups behind that door, niggas just text their wife and the children. I guarantee,
right, you saw that picture, right?
I guarantee you, they just sent a text. Listen, if I don't make it, just know, the light bill due next week.
Oh man! Hey, look.
And listen, once again, a brother is right there. 2 brothers on the floor.
Right.
So one in uniform, one in plain clothes, trying to defend this hall. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child, separate from this beast quickly. The Lord cometh. The Lord cometh. Separate from this beast, man.
That's
we have no place up in there with them. You got it? Go ahead. The brother gonna pull now the definition for terrorism. Go ahead.
Terrorism, the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, and the pursuit of political aims.
Hold on, say that again. The what use?
The use of violence.
The unlawful. That's what it says, right?
The unlawful use.
The unlawful use of violence. So that means there is a lawful use of violence to promote the political.
There is a lawful use.
Maybe that's why they don't ever charge them with terrorism when they terrorize us, because it's in their law to do evil to us.
Right.
That's right.
So with them now, it's unlawful use. Go ahead.
The unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, and the pursuit of political aims.
Come on, man. These are
that? Oh, that's textbook. That's textbook right there.
That's textbook right there. That's textbook.
That's it. They're terrorists by definition, huh?
Absolutely.
They arrested their leader on Tuesday. What's his name? Forget his goddamn name.
Who's that, sir?
He might be Manessa. I ain't sure.
Yeah, they arrested him and they made him lead. They made him lead a city. They said he couldn't be in the city while the protest was going on, because when they burnt down that Black Lives Matter sign off the church, off the AME church.
Yeah.
So they Muriel Bowser tried to capitalize off that, get him out the way, but the plan was already in motion.
That's
what they don't understand is that this thing right here, what they see going on, it's a wider network. Like these people, these terrorists, domestic terrorists, they're in all different aspects of America. I mean, they're your teachers, they're your librarians, they're your postal workers. They're all around us. You understand? So this is why we have to go ahead.
No, I was saying it's like down there, they're the real sleeper cells. You know, they always
exactly
propaganda how the Arabs is sleeper cell and this one, but they're the real sleeper cells.
Exactly. We behind enemy lines, to be honest. And this is why it's so important, like I said, to join the brotherhood. For all the brothers and sisters that may be curious about what we're saying, come in and partake of what we're saying and learn, man. Like Christ said, his yoke is easy. Like you trying to vote for this, you voting for this, and your vote don't matter. We just trying to tell you. You understand? Like this is not the year of the ballot. This is the year of the bullet. This is the year that we in.
Damn right.
You understand? We're not in that stage anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like we now, like you brought out earlier about this as far as men invading each other, man, and not dealing with the laws.
No, gonna be a law.
That's what you're gonna have going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They are full out. We the law. My gun is the law. My power is the law. I got 20 men. We can do this. I got 100 men. We can do this. I got thousands. We can take DC.
There you go. And it's the same thing that happened right before the Dark Ages. Mm-hmm. Right before there was a power vacuum.
Right.
And the strongest would feel that power vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand? Like you have these different, like I said, on these low, you're gonna see next. They're gonna see next. They remember the UPK told you this. You're gonna start to see this more on local levels. And trust me when I'm telling you this. When you got a town of 1,000 people or 2,000 people, and they come into a town and seize that government, there's nothing they can do. The National Guard can't get there fast enough.
Right.
You understand? That's why they had Minutemen during the revolution. And doing that because they had to be able to respond to an insurrection or a takeover. They would get the aged men, the young men, to form militias. Right. And there are many militias throughout this government right now who are waiting. And this is just the beginning, because that white woman that got shot, I guess that was with them or whatever. I just heard that she might have, I think, passed away. That's gonna be their Rosa Parks. That's gonna be their Joan of Arc right there, and they're gonna use her as a rallying cry, as a battle cry for retribution.
They're gonna make a whole new protocol with her name, like Amber Alert.
Yeah, yes,
a whole new capital protocol for her name because she done died for.
She's a martyr.
You know, for the Constitution.
She died for the cause.
Yeah, she died for the cause and the goodness of America. And
you can't let her death go in vain. You better not let her death go in vain.
Meanwhile, Ragnar, you know, Van Hasselhoff could come into the damn Capitol building,
right,
with a horn, you know, helmet. And this tweet here saying this same fool was in the Black Lives Matter rally.
Black Lives Matter rally, yeah.
Ain't this something? You see that? Mm-hmm. And if I could, Captain Mashak, this is a lesson to you Black Lives Matter people, man. You Black Lives, and listen, now don't get me wrong. Like I said, Jesse Jackson, he should have got checked. He was saying that, you know, they've been infiltrated, and what he's saying is true, but it's wrong coming from them, from people who integrated us. They shouldn't be saying a damn thing about integration.
No, they can't.
You understand? You don't have the right to say anything about us being infiltrated if you integrated us with these people.
Right.
But nonetheless, Black Lives Matter, they scattered all, they don't know what the hell they're going on right now. They all over the damn place because they don't have any, it's not by God. God is not leading them. You understand? And because of that, you were associated with domestic terrorists.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was gonna give you a scripture here. Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12.
You pull up that when they all
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it just goes perfect for what this image you know, when they rushed the what is it called, Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I saw this is a scripture that came to mind. Read it.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these are natural brute beasts.
Right. That these are natural brute beasts, and we clearly see today the Capitol Hill was bum rushed by natural brute beasts. You know
That's right.
These are the same people who justify their wrongdoings and say, when we scream out for the wrongs that they do to us, that we are what? Rioters, right? Lawless people, right? While they, like how Trump put it, these are nice people, but we wrong. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We're so wrong. These are natural brute beasts. Go ahead.
Made to be taken and destroyed.
See, and that is so true. These people, this is what they deserve. They need to be taken by the hand of the Lord and destroyed. And guess what? That is coming to a city near you. They keep doing what they're doing. The Lord is going to do that to them. Keep going.
Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
Of course, because they can't understand the pain that black people feel. That people feel. The Native Indian people feel. They don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Salaki. Go ahead.
Salaki. Speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
You see these people right here? They're so corrupt. Like they got to learn history if they don't remember it. But in Rome, it got so corrupt to a point that at the end of it, you brought it out, Kahan. At the end of Rome, what happened? It fell because of the corruption that's among them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not right, there was an emperor in the latter days of Rome, and you can check this out, who was and a lot of people don't know this because they don't want to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it out. They had a transvestite emperor in Rome. He was one of the last emperors that they had, and he was crazy. The guy used to dress up as a woman during the day while ruling Rome, and then at nighttime get naked and walk backwards with a black stone. So much so that the other politicians within Rome were so embarrassed, they had him off. You know what I'm saying? That's how these people, they want Trump out of office, but they see that this guy is a little touched up in the head and is able to cause this madness. You know what I'm saying? But this is a historical madness. And I'm glad our people get to see this in living color. You know why?
That's right.
We've been telling our people for the longest, don't trust in these tyrants.
Right.
Don't trust in them. Tyrants is what? A cruel and evil oppressor. That's what they are. And for sure enough, we see it right here on Fox News, on CNN, and there's going to be more of it. So if your pastor ain't teaching you the right thing, you need to kick your pastor to the curb and say, you know what, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, how can I get down with the real deal?
Right.
That's right.
With the truth.
That's right.
That's all you need.
Damn right.
Damn right, Captain. There is no safe house except the I.S.U.P.K. That's it.
If I could, Cap, would you? That scripture right there is so heavy because when they say brute beast, that's where you get the word brutality from.
Right.
You get the word brutality from brute. So you know that's how they operate. And what you're saying is so heavy about America because I mean when you see what's going on now, everybody's scrambling. You got. I mean, think about it. You got politicians. You got political pundits. One political pundit on MSNBC says she don't know where the country's headed now. She said she had to be honest. She don't know where this country. She couldn't even say. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't even say what she could even make. She was still shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because the office building she was in was not too far from the Capitol building, and they could not believe what's going on. But trust and believe. This is just the beginning. Well, we are telling you to get into the I.S.U.P.K. You better see you at the Passover. You better link up with your brother. A lot of you out there have linked up with us behind the scenes.
Right.
And trust and believe, as this place falls, we will have our Nicodemus moment. What do I mean when I say Nicodemus moment? Because Nicodemus came to Christ by night.
That's right.
He saw what was going on in the Sanhedrin or with the Pharisees and Sadducees. He saw what was going on. And he wanted to know, he knew Christ was a man of the Lord. And he didn't want to get ridiculed by meeting him in the daytime, but they came to him by night.
Right.
And that's what you're going to see some of these politicians doing. Bottoms already said in Atlanta, Georgia, she ain't got the solution. She needs the solution. She opened for suggestions about fixing crime in Atlanta.
Right.
She already said it. She said she ain't got the solution. Now, yet they voted for her, but she ain't got the solution. She said, I'm open for suggestions. But we gonna see how much you open for suggestions.
And when it comes to an incident like this here, when they ain't got no answers for this, because we bring this out all the time. Whenever they kill a brother or a sister, we always play the videos of how long it takes for them to do anything to a white person. Right. I think when that brother got stabbed, Commander General, I pull out that tape, and I don't know what city it was in. I think Captain Mashak had me find it for him, where the white guy had the knife, and they waited so long before they would do anything. I mean, extremely patient.
I was just
right.
Because white people don't know how to react violently to other white people in America. They don't know how to do that. That's why it took so long for them to storm the White House like that. That's why they don't have the solution, because when it's black and Hispanic, the narrative is very easy.
It's easy.
You know what I mean?
1 + 1 is 2.
That's it. It's easy. But how do you stop somebody who's a murderer like me? Like, okay, the shit he doing, I like doing. I like doing what he doing. So how do I stop me? Like, so when they looking at that white person, they're seeing themselves, and they don't want to impede on their own quote unquote freedom. So they don't know how to deal with, they don't know how to solve this problem, because it might mean taking away powers from them. That's going to take away power from themselves. So it's hard for them. They look at them running up them steps like that.
Look at that. They look at that. That's
they storming that shit like they made it.
Oh my God.
Tomorrow, when they get up in the morning and go to Starbucks, there's no way they can ever escape the conversation of them being revealed to the planet Earth about how riotous they are. There's no way that you can go from here on in, if you're white, to a Starbucks and try to act like, well, I'm not part of that. You're always going to be a part of that. You can't erase white, and you can't erase black. If I could,
in their mind, they're not riotous.
Right.
In their mind, this is due process. This is like a woman giving labor. This is, she has sex, she missed a period, she starts putting on weight, she starts throwing up, her stomach starts rising, then she get, swollen ankles. Then, she go through the whole thing, and then she had to push the baby out. To them, this is their due process. Chaos is their natural way of life. Rebellion, which is as the sin of witchcraft, is natural to them. This is how their empires are formed.
That's right.
Their empires are formed by bloodshed and murder and jealousy and plotting and scheming. This is natural to them. They don't look at this like, well, listen, we rioted and, my bad, y'all, I tore up the place. This is what we do when we want somebody in power. That's how they look at it.
If I could, Cap, can I get that scripture where it said their strength will be hunger bitten? If I could, I forgot where it's at.
I think
when you say bitten, like bitten.
Yeah, hunger bitten. Their strength should be hunger bitten.
With the terrorism, right?
Yeah, I believe that's so. Where it talks about the strength of his skin. That's scripture. Like what you see going on right now in America, like what the captain so eloquently put it. Like you see, and this is their way of life, and this is why we should never integrate it. Okay, this what you see here is why we should never integrate it, because we have integrated, as quote unquote Martin Luther King said, he felt that he has integrated his people into a burning house.
Right.
And this and listen, and they could have easily set that place on fire easily. You understand? But like going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I thought that's where it was going.
Oh yeah, listen. I mean, like you said, back in 1812 with the British, when they that was the last time that it was stormed from an outside, quote unquote, outside entity,
right?
And it was burned. And I think one of those major libraries was burned back then.
It's Job 18 and 12.
Job 18 and 12.
I got it, Captain.
Okay.
What?
You want it from 11 or from 12?
Let's go from 11.
Job 18 and 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side.
You understand? The Bible says terror is going to make him afraid. Terrorists on every side. Why is it going to be on every side? Because it's close to him. And you know what? He's on every side of him.
Right.
In this case, he looked to the left, he see himself. He looked to the right, he looked to the left, he see the liberals. He looked to the right, he see the alt-right. Terror gonna make him afraid on every side, whether it's Antifa or the alt-right or whoever. You understand? And he has many enemies right now outside this country who's salivating, who's waiting for the opportunity to get stronger. The Bible said, "Let the weak gonna say they're strong."
Right.
You gonna see these other. It's gonna embolden these other countries seeing this.
Yep.
Keep going.
Listen. Now that's what. And you see the shot. This shot is excellent here.
Yeah, that's the shot I was talking about earlier. Look at
it on
deck. But they didn't shoot. If it would have been black faces on the other side of that wall, all type of shell cases be on the ground.
It looked like they let off from that powder on that damn cushion. It looked like there's some residue here. You know what I mean? Yeah,
oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? It looked like they done let off something here, and the one in the green, he coming to get some. He want to go back with a cold gun.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ending of verse 11, and shall drive him to his feet.
And listen, it's going to drive, meaning if he's in a relaxed state, if something drives you to your feet, meaning where were you before? You was in a relaxed state. You were calm. Right. It's going to drive him to his feet. It's going to make him become alert. Drive him to his feet. Go ahead.
Verse 12, his strength shall be hunger bitten.
You understand his strength because why? He's trying to fight. He got too many irons in the fire. Right. He's trying to fight here. He's trying to fight there. And his strength going to be hunger bitten, just like the Roman Empire. They were spread. I said all roads lead to Rome, but they were spread too thin. And the very place where they needed the soldiers, they didn't have them, which was inside of Rome in most cases. And what you see right here is a Trojan horse that's going on with this quote unquote Trump movement. And they created a monster that now wants more. You understand? And it's gonna eat away at their democracy more and more. You understand? Keep going.
And destruction shall be ready at his side.
It's gonna be right at his side. It's gonna be right there, which is why how you know the Lord is setting this thing up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be right there. Wherever side he turns to is gonna be destruction. Let you know that there ain't no getting out of this. When the Lord come for you, it don't matter. You can be a superpower. Egypt was a superpower when the Lord came for Egypt. Yep. Egypt was a superpower. It wasn't no ragtag country. It was the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? In the known world. And the Lord destroyed it.
Right.
Any more?
That's the end of that verse.
Give me to the next one.
14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
You see that the counting, and this is so heavy when you look at the Capitol building. Can you read that one more time?
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
Where is a tabernacle is a tent or a house. His confidence is gonna be rooted out. You understand? Meaning it's gonna be taken. He's gonna have trust in his government, and it's gonna be rooted out of the White House, rooted out of the House, rooted out of the Senate. All the branches of government. The Lord said every unfruitful branch will be thrown into the fire. Every branch of his government will be broken and destroyed. Keep going.
And it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
And the king of terrors, which is the Most High.
Any more?
Verse 15. It shall devour his tabernacle. Because it is none of his.
It ain't that because he stole it. Everything he got, he stole.
That's right.
Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
And brimstone is what you use to make bullets. A lot of people don't know that. You understand? Brimstone gonna be up on his habitation. Go ahead.
Verse 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath.
Can you get me to the point where it said is the strength of his skin? Anywhere in there?
That was in 13, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I skip up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 13. I'm sorry. Give me to that scripture right there. Verse
13. It shall devour the strength of his skin.
You understand? That's what your quote unquote white privilege right there. It's gonna devour the strength of his skin. His skin has strength right now, but it's gonna be devoured. That white privilege that he has is gonna be looked at as white guilt, as they say, white guilt after in a few seconds, because he's gonna be looked at as the criminal. The world already see what's going on now. The Lord is just making it come to manifest. That was his slocket cap. Wow.
Before we close out, I know we're running out of time. Once again, to Wilder Manager Johanna for holding this truth down.
Damn right. You can't say enough about. You can't say enough about.
I think we all living in the world doing something stupid right now. I know for sure I would. I'd have been. blowing that damn stimulus check on something. That right now. I'd be like, what? Olympus has fallen. All right, that's it.
Cap, we be in Vegas.
Nasty right now.
Hey, Cap, we'll be in Vegas betting it all in the casino.
You get it, boy? If I can get one more, give me Revelation 12 and 12, 12 and 13. And listen, if you not 12 and 12, hold on, what do I want? 12 and 12, I believe. Give me Revelations 12 and 12. Once again, like we had to understand that our oppressor, there's no reasoning with him. There's absolutely no reasoning with him. Once he sets his mind to something, it's going to be over.
That's right.
And that's that. He's not a reasonable type of person. He's an absolute animal. He's an absolute animal that only cares about his stomach and what can make him orgasm and what can keep him warm in the winter. You get the point? Once the seasons change, his needs change, which means your life has to change because his needs change. That's the type of oppressor we have. You got it?
Come. Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea
Right? We're supposed to rejoice looking at this because the inhabitants of the earth, destruction is coming. Last year they was all laughing at the French president Macron, right? That Macron dude, because they was rioting in France with the yellow jackets and rioting and burning down everything. The promenade, burning everything down, and it's rioting. Now it's come, your chickens come home to roost.
That's right.
You understand? Now it's come home to roost. Now you see in America, it's torn down the middle. The tale of two cities, the two Americas, however you want to call it. Go ahead.
For the devil is come down.
Hold on. Don't say it so easy. For the who?
Let that go, bro.
For who?
The devil.
For who?
The devil.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
Go ahead, say it again.
For the devil is come down unto you.
And understand that. Like this ain't just for their power and constitution.
Right.
This is for the food on your table. This is for the water in your house. This is for the air in your nostrils, in your chest. That's what they're coming for next. You understand? Go ahead.
Having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time.
You understand? He understands that his time is up. This devil knows he has but a short time. So he coming down with wrath, and you seeing that wrath there now. You seeing that they're ready to get it all and get their natural selection. That's all this is. This is just their natural selection. This is how they operate, a natural process of things. Keep reading.
Right.
Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he had and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
Now understand this. What's going to happen next is that once they hit rock bottom after they done tear out the whole country, they are going to turn to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who is the woman in the scriptures, the nation of Israel.
That's right.
For that child. Who is that child? Our King Yahushai, representing the nigger God.
That's right.
The nigger power who going to flood and bathe the streets of America in blood.
That's right.
You understand? They're going to turn to us. In that day, where will you be? That's my question to you. In that day, where will you be? Which side will you be? In that day, what's in your pocket? What's in your pocket?
What's in your pocket, buddy?
Can I say this one thing also? For all those haters who don't like the fact of when some of them come and kiss our booty, well, guess what? You should line up too, because this is the perfect moment for you to come kiss booty. You know why? Because in the future, that's going to be your life.
That's
because
right.
In America, you see how our life is? Miserable, hurtful, painful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, guess what? Right now, you're getting a taste of what it is to be shamed.
That's right.
That's what it is. That thing that happened today, I'm glad you brought that scripture out. I'm glad you brought that scripture because that thing that's happening today is just the beginning part of more.
Right.
How the movie did is how coming soon.
Right.
That's right. This the trailer.
This the trailer. This the trailer.
To every state's capital near you.
That's right.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Listen, we done rocked it out. Yeah, we done going for about a couple hours. Anything anybody want to say in closing? Again, to Water to Commander GEN.YAHANNA for rocking it out.
Damn right. Big up to Commander GEN.YAHANNA. That's right.
And raising up brothers people in the right way, in the right spirit. You know what I mean? To be able to stand in this time.
Damn right.
For us, I know you're panicking, but go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, it's like we had a drink all night. That's all I had a drink since I seen it.
I'm right.
You know what I mean? So it's not going to change. You know, GEN.YAHANNA going to have a hell of a class tomorrow. Make sure you tune in the scripture breakdown in New York City. Yeah, New York City. Off the chain. You know, we're doing Cross the Line tomorrow as well. So we're going to talk about this some more tomorrow. You know, make sure y'all go to ISUPK.com. Pay them tithes, man. Get suited and booted. The only leadership on the face of the planet is Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Period. I can't express that enough. So, you know, that's pretty much all I got to say, sir.
That's right.
Yeah, just real fast, I'm going to be in Spanish, okay? Para todos los latinos que ven este video, ¿verdad? Que están sacándose su cabeza, pues no hay que preocuparse, porque simplemente comunicarte con la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal y vas a ver por qué esta cosa está sucediendo. All I said was for those Hispanics who would see this video and scratch their head and wondering what's going on, just contact the ISUPK and we'll tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because our pastors didn't do it, los pastores nunca lo hicieron. So now's the opportunity to really, really get what you really need to be safe.
Damn right, brother.
You see what the wall with so much stress about. Build the wall, Captain Mashak said.
Yeah, that's the wall.
They was focusing on the wrong wall.
That's right. That's the price of the detention center right there.
Oh, Lord. I ain't right for the detention center.
That's the price right there.
That's right.
Right there.
That's right. And Kahan, you got it out.
Oh man, hey, Captain Mashak, Captain Tazaryach, Captain Ashapariam, Nakamaya, Kazakamaya, the water for having me on the night. I'm honored. I want to thank y'all for holding down out there in DC and New York and all the different captains out there in the different zones. I want to say the water to Commander GEN.YAHANNA for having the revelation, for holding this truth down, you know, raising up young men in the truth, young sisters in the truth. You know, I'm you know, Cap Kahan, y'all reporting live from hell. If you happen to see Ben Carson, you just notify that we have put out a search party for him, and he has the answer for the treachery that he has took part in associated with Donald Trump. Make sure you tune into all the radio shows that we got, man. Make sure you in Houston, Texas for the Passover, man. Hit the website. Let's link up, man. We're gonna do it in a major way, man. UPK all day. If you ain't UPK, you in the way.
In the way,
right?
Listen. I think Ben Carson is the one who let him in.
That nigga party. Hey, I'm about to get drunk. I'm about to go ahead and drink.
By the call, I think Ben is the one who let him in. Say, Ben, this is the moment.
I would have been outside. Find that nigga. Bring that nigga. I don't want nothing else. I don't want no Oakwood. I don't want none of that. Bring that nigga Ben Carson out.
Right.
I think that was it. I think Ben is the one who, you know, he let everything out. Yeah.
Look, it started getting hot. That nigga said he had COVID all of a sudden. That nigga ain't got no goddamn COVID.
Yeah, man. So it was good out there. To water again for making the time. I know.
Hey, no sweat, sir. Anytime, sir. Anytime.
Let us rock it out. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
It's a while, you know what I mean, rocking it out with you. So I'm gonna just pour on the Passover, advertise the Passover to head out.
Okay, sir.
And this is the time. Really, we really should be getting all together and praying for the full downfall of this country.
Right.
Tomorrow, pray for it to be gone, boys. Pray for it to be gone.
That's right.
That's where we need to
be. That's it.
At.
Damn right, sir.
So. That's it, Akim. Yabashim Shabbat Katham.
Hey, Yabashim Shabbat Katham.
Yabashim Shabbat Katham.
I was shy to all the sister. No, I'm not saying.
In our hand, I'm gonna come and deliver the broken, destroyed, messed up, poor, and impoverished people I'm born Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shemel Shah from the Thug, Yahweh Shema on the Thug by Shemel Shah, all the sisters, man. Listen, this Captain 13,000, the card of a rhyme, checking in with the Israelite school, the UPK, under commander. Listen, man, this year's 52nd annual Passover. This year's 52nd annual Passover under Commander GEN.YAHANNA under the I.S.U.P.K. Couldn't do it last year. Y'all already know the Lord had his foot on our oppressor's neck.
Here in New York City, there are roughly 1,000 cases a day. Those are numbers they haven't seen since May.
Can't do it in New York this year because the Lord still got his foot on our oppressor's neck.
New York, the center of the outbreak this spring, is now teetering on another deadly explosion of the virus.
But listen to me good. This year, 52nd annual Passover, April 24th, 2021. You understand? It's going to be an H-Town, baby.
It's going to be at the B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Yeah. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. 2021, I.S.U.P.K, 52nd annual Passover. All the generals gonna be there. All the heavy hitters gonna be there. The daughters of Zion gonna step out with their beautiful long dresses, you understand? Strong on deck. That One West style music on deck. 52nd annual Passover.
B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Get with it to get lost, man.
Got it out the book, straight up out the base. The word I make